In this video, we'll look at the typical steps that are required to onboard new SKUs in Rafay. The Rafay platform provides a number of end-user facing compute and AI ML services out of the box. Many of these are provided as part of the default catalog in the Rafay platform. Customers can also bring custom applications and add to the catalog in a DIY manner. Rafay's default catalog provides a number of turnkey compute SKUs, such as virtual machines, managed Kubernetes clusters, etc. It also provides a number of other SKUs for AI ML uh, tooling, such as Jupyter Notebooks, serverless inference, Kuberay, Kubeflow, etc. Now let's look at a few examples of AI ML SKUs powered by the catalog. So the first example we'll look at is a Jupyter Notebook. And in this Git repo, as you can see, let's open up the declarative YAML spec. And this is the spec for the Jupyter Notebook. Now let's load these catalog specs into a particular customer. So we have a template loader and you run that, and all these files are then loaded from the Git repo into the customer's controller deployment. Now let's go look at that very quickly and see what that looks like. For the user, when they navigate into their tenant, into their Rafay org, they would see all these things loaded into the catalog, which they can then customize and personalize for their requirements. Now let's pick an example. Let's pick a Jupyter Notebook. And in this case, we're going to look at how you can create a SKU out of the template in the catalog. So as you can see here, this is a large notebook and it's pointing to the template from the catalog. And we have identified the service as a notebook. We have, to make it easy on the user, we have provided a URL and a README. And now let's move on to the input configurations. Now, the only thing that the user is allowed to override here, outside what has been specified by default, is they can select the notebook profile. In this case, let's look at what are the options we are allowing them to override. So they can select between any of these options when they launch the notebook. And when the notebook is successfully launched, we want the user to be presented with a URL and an access token for the notebook and nothing else. So now we have engineered and designed the SKU. Now let's pivot as a user and log into the developer hub and launch a notebook. Let's see what this large notebook that we deployed looks like. As you can see here, the user, all they have to do is provide a name, specify the kind of profile they want. There is a default that's provided, and this would launch a large notebook with 16 gig memory, 4 vCPUs and 2 GPUs, and this would cost them around 450 euros an hour. That number was specified by the cloud provider in this case. Let's look at what this looks like. In this case, it's a different kind of a notebook, but it looks similar. The output, the users provided a URL and an access token. They click it, provide the token, and they are in. Thank you.